Weaponeer, and this right here is the NEBO CSI EDGE 35. It's a flashlight. It's an EDC flashlight from EDCdepot. Now the 35 stands for the lumens. This is a 35 lumen flashlight, which puts it in the EDC category rather than the technical category. Once you get in the technical category, you're talking very, very, very expensive flashlights. This right here is a really nice little flashlight, and it costs $8.99. It's a anodized aircraft quality aluminum, and I believe they have this in a couple of different finishes. Like I said, it's 35 lumens, and it's 110,000 hour LED. So LED is going to be bright. It has a steel clip on it right there, and that steel clip is actually a nice, decent clip. It's not too strong. You can actually use it quite easily. You can take this steel clip and you can pop it onto a pocket, or you can go ahead and sit it right down a belt or even the pants like I have. Or you can go ahead and take your hat, take your flashlight, and clip your flashlight right on the hat. So anywhere you're pointing your head, you've got the light. Or you can do one other thing. This is what I typically do. I typically go ahead, I take the flashlight and hook it on my watch band. That way, if I'm working on something, if I'm looking under the hood of my vehicle, I'm stranded someplace, which doesn't happen very often, but you never know. And you're looking in there, or you've got tools in your hand, you got to use two hands. You still can have the flashlight. You can also do it on the hat, but sometimes the hat just doesn't get to the area you're trying to shine a flashlight on. So it's a decent quality small flashlight. This isn't the plastic flashlight you see at Walmart and stuff like that. It has a rubber grip right here in the middle, obviously to give you a better grip. And let's see, the dimensions on this thing, well, the length is 3.75 inches and 95.25 millimeter. And diameter is 0.75, or 3/4 of an inch, or 19.05 millimeter. And weight, this is not very heavy. This is only 2.9 ounces. Actually, it's just a hair under that, but 2.9 ounces is what it weighs, which is not much more than the battery. And the battery, of course, is the AA battery. Let's see, what else can I tell you about this? Well, the actual flashlight itself is really nice and handy. It's a small enough flashlight. It fits in your palm of your hand really easily, and it's easy enough to go ahead and place in a pocket anywhere you want. Or for the ladies out there, you can go ahead and take this and place it in your purse if you can ever find it again. I've seen some of those purses out there, and I'm afraid of them. You never know what might pop out of there. Flashback, I don't know. But this little button right here, this button glows in the dark, so if you put it in a purse or something like that, you're going to be able to see this in that dark cavernous thing. And then you also have the tip, and the tip right here is a defensive tip. It does state on the flashlight, caution, sharp edges, and those sharp edges are right here, right? These little half circles here. Well, those are actually quite sharp. I mean, you're not going to cut paper with them, but that right there is a good edge. It's got a flat edge on the tips here, and it's not sharp. What this is designed for is a self-defense weapon. So for the men out there, they basically know that you can take this thing and hit somebody with it. But typically what you would do for the women out there that follow my channel, and thank you very much, for the women, what you want to do is take this flashlight, and if you ever have a need to get someone away or get away, and that's basically what you want to do, you want to get away, and if you don't have a CCW like that, well, you can use a flashlight. And with this flashlight, it's got the little edges on there. What you do is you aim for the face. Eyes work best, but aim for the face, or even the forehead. Forehead works really good too. Forehead actually works better than hitting in the cheeks. And the reason is, by hitting somebody with this nice sharp edge right here, what's going to happen is they're going to bleed. And they're probably going to bleed quite a little bit. Have you ever seen anyone bleed from the head? You bleed like mad. Well, that's the point. And if you hit somebody at this level, it's going to get into their eyes, and they can't see. And if they can't see, you can skedaddle. If you hit somebody in the eye with it, well, they can't see very well, and you can get out of there. The whole point is you always want to go ahead and use this. You don't want to scratch somebody. This is not a scratching tool. It could be used as that, but if you scratch somebody, you're going to make them mad. So what you do is you take this tip and you take that and you plunge it in someone's face and you aim for the back of the skull. You don't aim for the face, you aim for the back of the skull. So you want to take this, push it through the face, and which means you're going to go to a good depth. You're not going to just scratch somebody, you're going to actually get to a decent depth on there. And by doing that, you're going to make them bleed more. And the whole point is trying to go ahead and get somebody to bleed, because number one, if you see your own blood, you're typically like, oh crap, that's a bad sign. And it's distracting, which means you can get the heck out of there. The other thing it does is it also acts as an identification means. So when you go ahead and call 911, you can go ahead and say, person there bleeding profusely from the face. Well, if you go into a hospital or anything like that, it's easy to tell who the person was. Remember, this is only for self-defense use only, or not just this, but the topic is for self-defense use only. Other than that, this makes a fine flashlight. I keep this with me. This is part of my EDC gear, and like I said, I got this from EDCdepot. I get quite a little bit of things from them because you can get good quality equipment for inexpensive, and I can't afford much these days. So, having a decent flashlight really helps. And I'm used to the mag light, the little mini mags and stuff like that. I've got a couple of them, and they're not as bright as this one, really. This is actually a nice bright little flashlight. And because it's small and it's fit in the palm of your hand, it's easy to go ahead and put in your pocket or anything like that, unlike a mini mag, which kind of sticks out of your pocket or something like that. When you sit down, it kind of pokes you in the wrong places. So there you go. Overall, I think it's a decent quality, especially for the price. This right here, it's not garbage. It's not plastic. It's not cheap. It works quite well. And like I said, I carry this, and I think they have basically the slogan of "If we carry it, so should you," and that's true. This right here, if you're looking for a decent small flashlight and you don't have a couple $100 budget to buy a flashlight, and for me, a flashlight worth a couple $100, I'm just not going to do it. I can go ahead, if I need something that darn bright, I'll use a flare. But that right there is a decent little flashlight. Like I said, it's small. It has on and off. It doesn't do the special little blinkies and everything else. It's a simple flashlight. Turn it on, turn it off. You can signal with it. Once it's on, you lightly press on the button and it will shut off. So you can use that for signaling if needed. So there you go. I'm Weaponeer. This right here, once again, it's the NEBO CSI EDGE 35. Comments or questions, leave it below. Don't forget to rate. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Weaponeer, and I'll catch you in the next video. What you want? What you want? Come on.